And so another reason the 232 and 301 tariff actions, in our view, are not sufficient because they don't provide that regulatory certainty. They don't provide the investment security for, these are hundreds of millions of dollars investments, right? And they want to know that that system that is in place is going to be there, 10 years from now, right? When the loan notes do. In terms of allies, Germany, is a NATO ally that has a lot of these technology processes and expertise. They've had their own issues with energy production and mistakes that they've made and may or may not be learning of, but they're an ally that can assist here. Australia is a big mineral production country, but they're making a lot of the mistakes, right? You see it every day where they go out and say, well, we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to do that anymore because of the environment. But at the end of the day, it's just such a small portion of, the global output that it's committing economic suicide. A lot of people are looking at Iceland as a potential, just because of the weather, you avoid a lot of need on the data front for AI and stuff, the cooling, all the cooling that's needed for a lot of this stuff. And certainly they're a very rich mineral resource. But I go back to, Flashpoint at the early part of the Trump administration, which was the idea that he was going to invade Greenland. Yeah. I always viewed that much more as like Greenland, what would be bad is if somehow, the Russians were able to get in there, or the Chinese or something, probably more likely the Russians just through the Arctic Circle. But, that's a mineral rich continent. There's almost nobody really that lives there at all. Um, and having access to those resources, and whether we could work out a deal with the Danish government could be a very interesting prospect, right? You're not dealing with homes that have to be torn down or highways that have to be diverted or any of that kind of stuff. You almost have a blank slate that you could develop. And so I think those areas are important. There's some South American plays. You got to deal with unstable governments though when you go down there. I mean, that's the challenge, right? I mean, a lot of people in this country, they love to complain about it, but they don't realize how good we have it here in terms of stability and just long-term, stable political environment.